Welcome, guys. It's Danny Glover and Lex from Fight Fan TV Live on another episode of The Neutral Corner. Today, we've got a special guest in none other than Too Slick, Chris Kongo. How's it going, man?
Yo, all good, all good. You lot, alright? You lot bless, yeah?
Yeah,
man.
what's happening, brother? You right?
I'm all good, man. Can't
Yeah, we
complain.
appreciate you coming down today, man.
No worries, my bro.
Thanks for showing us the love.
So what you been up to today, then?
Today or just...
And in general, yeah.
In general, not much. You know, it is same old graft in the gym, working my arse off and just getting ready for a next date.
Yeah. So have you got any planned dates in mind?
Not that I know of at the moment, but they're all in play now, obviously, as you know,
You just got signed by Boxer. Congrats, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
How did that come about? You don't mind us asking?
I think they reached out. They was interested, so they reached out to their management, and then just come up from there.
Yeah, that's a good move, man. Because obviously, a lot of your fans are wondering when next was going to see you out and stuff. The last time we saw you was on the Zone, so I'm happy that we obviously got something finalised, and there's a date put forward now.
Yeah, for sure. It's coming in due time.
Yeah. So how did you get linked up with Boxer and the promoter?
Ben Shalom.
Yeah, Ben Shalom there.
Obviously, like I said before, Ben Shalom actually got through to the management team, worked out a little deal, and just went from there. So, then just end up getting signed before the new year. So then announced it within the new year. So yeah, man, it's all good, man. We're moving forward now.
Obviously, you're not new to this. I'd say. So are we looking to just go straight for the names, like Conor Ben, Mark Hugh, all the usual suspects on that? What are we thinking? How are we looking at this?
Of course, we can go straight in for the names, but me personally, I want to get a few out first because all these guys have been active. If you think about it, I'm probably the most inactive fighter in the welterweight division, but I'm still top 5. You know what I mean? But I believe that's because I'm the only fighter that's come from inactivity and fought 2 guys in the top 10.
Yeah.
No one else has done that. All these guys in the top 10, they're fighting guys lower than top 20, even some maybe in the top 20, but no one in the top 10 is fighting each other. I come out straight when I fought these guys. So I think now is my time to branch out and stay active and pick these fights now. Because these guys, they don't really want to fight because they know I'm a threat. And I'm going to be a bigger threat now. I got the activity. So I'm just ready to go now.
Yeah. So you see, after you've had certain fights and stuff, getting your name out there with the new Sky Sports and Boxer crowd, would you be open to doing like a cross promotion fight or possibly eke out Esserman over for the British and Commonwealth title?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, boy, you lot already know me, man. I've been willing to fight these guys. These guys wasn't willing to fight me. But obviously Echo is he's not really a known fighter, but obviously I feel like Frank Warren's building him up nice. He's got the British title, and that's definitely a fight that I want, man.
So yeah, let's take it back like to the beginning. So where did you grow up? Exactly. Was it Bermondsey or?
Yeah, I grew up Bermondsey, like / Old Kent Road sort of area. That's where I'm from.
Yeah. So how did you get into boxing exactly?
My 2 brothers, they started before me. Elvis, the eldest one, and Obed, my second brother. They were doing their thing, and obviously when I was young, like 8, 9 years old, I then got into the game.
Yeah.
So and I've never looked back.
So you started off at Fisher. Who was the coach there again?
Steve Iser. Sam Mullins. They started me off.
So how was it with those guys?
Oh, it was great, man. I learned so much. I won a few national titles in my time as well. And it actually helped me to be where I am today, and they're people that I won't forget.
Yeah, because a lot of people talk about that you're very slick and very good boxer. So you would have honed your skills in the amateurs.
Sure.
With Sam Mullins, you then moved over to the Lynn. So then, how was the time at the Lynn when you was going through your teenage years and getting a bit older?
Oh, it was great, man. I was still winning national titles at the time. I was ending up sparring guys like yourself. I was a young boy.
I was a lot slimmer, by the way. I know it looks very uneven, but it was a bit. Even though, I was a lot bigger than you still because you was young, but it went like this now.
yeah. So, I mean, it was great, man. Being around the likes of you, Richard Riakpo, Joshua Jack Povey. It was just great, man. I loved it. I love every minute of it. Still in the gym, it was just great, bro. The Lynn was the place to be.
With John Garton, Isaac Chamberlain.
Isaac Chamberlain. How can I forget them?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Even Charlie Edwards.
Charlie Edwards. Louis Lynn.
Yeah.
Ellie Scottney.
Daniel
Dubois, Junior Saba as well. So yeah, bro. There's been a few names that's come out of there, man. Tunde Ajayi. Can't forget.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. It's been that part of my life was good, man. I enjoyed going to the gym.
So I remember one fight in particular, because you said you were sparring guys bigger and older than you. Do you think that helped you? Because I remember when we went up to Liverpool for the final and you fought that madman, Sam Bowen.
Yeah. And you
ended up getting disqualified or something.
You got disqualified, man. I fought him. The guy was just reckless and dirty. He got done for elbowing me in the face. He got done for low blow, and he got done for holding. So you can imagine what kind of fight that was. Yeah, definitely. I needed that man strength from the older guys, man. So it definitely helped me even till now. So it was a good experience sparring you guys.
So GB, he was in the GB squad as well, I believe.
Yep.
So
to GB.
Tell us about your experience in the GB squad. Any saucy stories for us, man?
There's always stories, man.
Yeah, drop one that you can say on camera, man.
GB was a good experience. Going out there, going to different camps.
Who was your trainer at the time?
Different countries. Sam Mullins. Sam Mullins. But when you go into GB, they got their actual official coaches, so they're all mixed up. You might go to a tournament and end up with Bob Dylan or end up with Gary Howe. He was also at the Lynn. He showed me the ropes before I actually got onto GB.
Mr. Skin-tight trousers.
yeah. So, it all depends. Dave Alloway, Lee Pullen. You could have ended up with anyone going to the tournament. So it was always good and gaining experience from the guys that you could fight someone that's been to the Olympics, someone that's been an Olympian or even a medalist yourself. So them 2 years that I was on there, I learned valuable experiences sparring some of the top guys as well and the Olympic medalists. So
who was in your team at the time, in the GB team at the time when you was there?
I was on the squad with Echo, Josh Kelly, the McCormack twins. There was loads of guys, Troy Williamson, Lyndon Arthur. These are the guys I'm thinking that are pro now.
Now, yeah.
Who else? There was loads of names there. Obviously, Fraser Clark. He was on podium. Joe Cordina, Kez Ashfaq. Who else do I remember? Sam Maxwell. Yeah, there was loads, man. The list goes on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Waddy was on there for a little bit as well, I think.
No,
or was that before you?
That was before my time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You think man trying to make you older know what you are?
No, because you was on there for so long, because you was on there from a junior, innit? So you would have mixed with certain seniors, even though they would have done different sessions.
It wasn't like GB them times. It was just boxing for England.
Yeah, it was England.
Go out there. It was more like England squad. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was a good experience as well.
So tell us about you turning pro and your debut and stuff like that. I can't remember the management team you was with in the beginning. If you can remind us.
I was signed to Mo prior.
Yeah.
From the start. I turned pro 2016. Had my debut at York Hall. I still remember it and still have visions in my mind till this day. that day, you see your debut, you'll never forget it. And when people kept telling me, enjoy your debut, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed. Yeah, it was a great experience. I never knew how small the gloves were until I actually got in the ring. And I was like, wow, people are definitely going to get hurt. But yeah, Turn Pro then was with Mo for a while. And yeah, it was he was riding for me, man. He was the guy I needed at the time. He supported me financially. Probably one of the best managers I've had so far.
Yeah, because even like when I used to talk to you behind the scenes, you never had a bad word to say about him. So I do believe that.
He's good people's.
So going back to when you were saying you didn't realize about how small the gloves was and how they felt, how would you describe the difference between wearing, the Star Pack and top 10 gloves in the amateurs compared to when you decided to put on the 8 ounces?
You know, it is that them gloves there, the top 10 and all of that.
Star Pack, Green Hill.
Yeah. Them gloves there had so much padding in them. Like, it's like your hand, you couldn't even clench your fists a lot of the time. But I didn't mind that because I was a good computer scorer.
Yeah.
That's how the amateur boxing started off, computer scoring. So just because I was tall, I could move. I love that, man. I can hit you, you can't hit me. So more time, I never really tried to clench my fists hard enough for me to try and get knockouts. Even if I probably got I could count them on one hand how many knockouts I got in the amateurs. But the difference with the pros, the gloves were smaller. You could actually get a nice grip on your fists. And then when you hit someone, you know that you've hurt them. And then you can just tell by the look in their face and just the way they move. So you know when to go in for their kill. But yeah, that's the two differences between amateur gloves and pro gloves.
So you see, was you always tall for the weight, even as a raw novice? Or was you one of those who had a gross, you was a bit more compact? And then
I was always fighting guys shorter than me, man. Always. Even when I moved up, I had my first year as a senior. I was still a lot taller than the elder guys. And yeah, I've just always been tall, always been that long rangy boxer from young. So yeah.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
I remember one of your pro fights, I can't remember what card it was. It was on Deal's card. And you fought this African brother with a mohawk.
Yeah, Mbomo.
Yeah, shit, that guy came for your head.
Yo, he could bang, Hey, he could bang still.
But it was the your entrance that day.
Yeah,
it was electrifying.
Yeah.
And you come out to, I think it was Eddie One. Was it Eddie One?
Yeah,
no better.
Yeah. Because that's when drill started to pop.
Yeah, he owes you a little P, a percentage of that. Because, mate, I definitely know the streams went up after that fight.
100%. I saw him after the fight. And funny enough, I saw him on my birthday in Selfridges. And he was like, oh, where do I remember you from? I was like, oh, bro, I come and see you. He's like, okay. So, yeah, and then we just spoke briefly then. But, yeah, that was a legendary fight.
That was a surreal moment, what would you say?
Yeah, 100%. And the fight alone is crazy because it was like a take it or leave it sort of thing. 6 weeks. So he wasn't a journeyman. I think now he's a journeyman.
Yeah, at the time.
Before when I fought him, he actually come to win. And you can see that he was ducking me down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a good experience for me, man. I needed that in that period of my career because a lot of the guys I was hitting, and these were good journeymen, and they were just going down. So I needed someone that would come and put the pressure on me early so I know how it feels.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
So with the Luther Clay fight, do you remember how that fight got put to you and how it got made?
Yeah, that fight got put to me pretty easy. I was away, I was in Spain, and I got the call. I was actually training out in Marbella at the time, the MGM gym. That got put to me, and I took that straight away. Even though I wanted a warm up because I had been out for so long, I had other management issues with other people, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, that got put to me, and that was pretty much another take it or leave it. And I just thought, yeah, you know what, let's just go for it, man. Even though I ain't been active, but one thing I knew it will switch me on, and that's one thing it did. You know, coming back from a long layoff, for me to fight an active fighter, I'm gonna know, yo, he's come to take your head off, and he's the champion. So that's what actually switched me on for that fight.
Yeah, because I remember the build up to that fight, you was adamant you was gonna stop this boy. Like when I used to talk to you and stuff, you was like, even though he was out for so long, and Luther K is not a bum fighter, by the way. Everyone in my eyes, I think he's a good fighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, even in the beginning stages, I don't think you're sharp as you usually are. But you warmed up into the match and you did what you had to do. Would you say he pushed you a lot in that fight? Or
100%. And to be honest, I just had to believe it, because really and truly, I didn't know I knew what I was getting myself into, but until I was actually in the ring, it was like, whoa, you're here now. You just got to ride it out. And it's like, me personally, I don't think I was ready for that fight, but I was ready for it at the same time. So, I mean, like, well prepared, but mentally it was a hard battle, because this is my actual first big fight. And I just weathered the storm, innit, you know.
Let's talk about your trainers. Who was your trainer for that fight?
Jimmy Mack.
So Jimmy Mack, obviously, I presume you're no longer with him, right?
Yeah.
You're now Ben Davison.
Ben Davison, yeah.
But Jimmy Mack was a good trainer.
Sick coach.
The split was amicable, right?
Of course. It's mad. I actually went to see him, and he said I was like probably one of the only fighters that's actually told him face to face that what I want to do, and he was like, he wished me the best, and he actually even said like, whatever will be in it. Like, do what's best for you. Don't do what's best for him or do what's best for anyone else. So yeah, we shook hands and went our separate ways.
Yeah, that's a lot of fighters nowadays. When they leave coaches, you just see them with a new coach, and
yeah, that's the worst thing, and that's something that I didn't want to do. I never wanted a coach to find out through Instagram, Facebook. Them fighters are wrong. I'm not a wrong guy, man. I'm a straight up front guy. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna come and tell you what I'm going to do. And yeah, that's what I've done.
Yeah, a lot of people, they leave trainers through emails, other representatives, put it to, which is quite not nice. So it's good that you kept it trill. You just told him honestly, and then you both move on amicably, and you've got to do what's best for your career, because it's a short-lived career at the end of the day.
For sure.
So going back to, obviously you're from South East London, was there any sort of trials and tribulations or distractions that you went through growing up? How hard was it to stay focused on boxing, because you've been doing it for so long?
There's always trials and tribulations, man. You know how it goes. Obviously you got gang violence, all of that, around pretty much in most areas in South. But for me, I feel like boxing kept me on a path, because all I wanted to do was win, and all I wanted to do was get to these national finals and become a national champion, just like my brothers did. And that was always my aim. And just remember, you're fighting week in, week out. So you'll fight Saturday, and then next Saturday you got another bout. So that's what kind of kept me on that path. And just remember, you're not just fighting in London. You might be next week, you might be in Manchester, or the week after you're in Nottingham. So these are all in different places, man. So I feel like boxing kept me on that path.
Yeah, because I was laughing because I remember what you said to Luther Clay.
Yeah.
You remember what you said to him?
Oh, what, on the Sky Sports?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I told him no one. I told him, where's Bracknell? Where's that?
Bracknell. I think that's
near. No guys in that.
It's near Reading.
There's no trials and tribulations there, man.
Yeah.
There's rich people there. You know what I mean? So it's a different mindset over there.
No, definitely. But going. So obviously, you was talking about your trainers. You was in Josh Taylor's camp a lot. So was you like he's one of his predominant sparring partners?
Yeah, 100%. That was even when he was with Shane McGuigan. They always loved me for the work that I done with Josh. I even remember the first couple spars. He always tried to kill me, man. Obviously, he didn't know me at the time. And it's mad because we was actually on GB together, but we never really actually spoke. So I didn't know what he was like. He didn't know what I was like. But Yeah, I think we gained each other's respect through the sparring, and we always had good spars together. And he pushed me on, and I'll push him on, and it was always good, man. And then now we're trained by the same coach, and we're in the gym every other day. But it's mad. We hardly even see each other because everyone's got different time slots.
Yeah.
So he might be in the morning, I might be early afternoon. So we might just miss each other by like an hour, but it's all good anyway, and we speak all the time, so it's all good.
And you was there when he won the undisputed against Ramirez. Was it Ramirez, right?
Yeah.
How was that? Because I saw that he actually gave you like a big shout, which I thought was big, man.
Yeah.
And he said like you helped him a lot in training and stuff. So how was that like? Let's talk about the camp in general for that person, like that particular fight, and him all the way to him winning and becoming 140 undisputed.
Oh, that was a great camp, man. We started off obviously in London. Then he said, "Look, I want you to come out with me to Vegas and come to the camp and continue to work." I said, I'm here for you, brother. So we got out there, and I see the work, and he's even at the moment right now, he's still got that mindset. And even if you come in the gym, you'll never think that's the undisputed champ of the world. He still works very hard. But I see just a different light in this camp with the drills and everything he practiced and worked on, it all come out in the fight. So when I see that, it was just like a big eye-opening. It made me believe that maybe I could possibly do this myself. And I will definitely as well do this myself one day. So yeah, it was a great camp, and it was a great experience for my career, man.
Yeah. So have you and Ben Davison spoke about possibly going back out to America? Because those facilities out there looks mad state of the art where you was training in America at that time. Yeah,
possibly. At the moment, Ben Davison's still training. He's still in Devin Haney's camp. Devin Haney calls him out there, so might be back out there soon. But yeah, even if it's not with Ben, I'd love to go back out there and just get some working and get some sparring, which will always be good, man. When I was out there before, I just had to be mindful and just keep the sparring all in Josh Taylor's camp. So that's what I was there for. So I just kept it as that, and maybe next time we can go out there and go to the different gyms and spar.
Yeah.
So how did the Ben Davison link up come about? Obviously, I know he was in the camp with him and Josh Taylor. Did you always think, okay, this is the trainer I want? Obviously, you see how he trains firsthand and stuff.
No, I didn't think anything of it, of moving camps. I liked who I was, and I even say it now. My last fight was actually my best camp till this date, even though I took the L. But I just see a certain method in how they train and the drills and everything, and I thought, no, this is I don't think no one. I've never seen any other coach do this sort of analysis for a fighter. And it just opened my eyes to a different side of the sport, and that's what made me come back. And I come back to the UK and actually thought, right, maybe this is the place I need to be, because just the methods of training with Ben, and I knew we would gel well, and we would get on very well being out in Vegas. So yeah, it just opened my eyes, man, out there. And I thought, yeah, maybe this is where I need to be. And where I'm at now, I'm happy.
So do you see Ben's caused a little bit of a stir lately
Yeah,
in some of his recent comments?
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah, about the training methods of why he's able to work with top fighters. Do you feel he has a point where he feels that British trainers are a bit stuck in the past and not moving with the times and a bit lazy?
100%, because I don't know any other camp that's doing what we're doing. And I'm even going to say this now. Anyone coming up against anyone from Ben Davis's gym, we got all your numbers. We got all of you lot on lock. I'm telling you, we got all you lot analyzed. We're going to have you lot strategically broken down.
Come on.
And I don't think anyone is going to be able to beat us. So I believe our camp is the best camp, and we're keeping up with the times and doing all this analysis stuff. And the main thing is the drills, man. The drills is what pays the bills. And we're in the gym doing drills daily, bro. And it even gets boring sometimes. Like, drills again. But that's what brings out the best in us, man.
Would you say like these British trainers are more like concentrating on fitness more than technique, or what would you say the differences between Ben Davison and some of these, let's say, these British trainers?
I feel like, obviously I haven't trained with a lot of trainers, but from the trainers I have worked with, Ben Davison's the most analytic one, if I can say, if that's a word.
Analytical, yeah.
Analytical one.
Yeah.
So he's showing you what you do well, what you don't do well, and how we can build on it. And I don't know if any other coaches are doing the drills that we're doing and the stuff that we're doing, because, boy, I mean, the results show, innit? You know what I mean? Last year, no one in our camp got beat. And there was even underdogs that were supposedly supposed to get beat. Lee Wood was supposed to get beat by Kanzu. He knocked him out. We was against it in America, and I see it. And I see it just the way they moved, the way they was towards us. But Josh Taylor still went out there and done a number on him, dropped him twice. And even the second knockdown, that was longer than 10 seconds. I keep saying it. It was longer than 10 seconds. If you see the knockdown, the ref they didn't do us no favors, but we still got the win. So yeah, man, I just know that a lot of coaches ain't doing what we're doing in the gym.
Talking about when you're saying you was up against it out there, I see that there was a mad little rumble where you had to bring the ends into play to back the Tartan Tornado.
Yeah, man.
Explain what happened.
It was a madness. So we must have come out of the press conference, not the weigh-in. That was the weigh-in day. We come out of the weigh-in, and there was probably like 8 Scottish fans all together. There was our team, 8 Scottish fans. And there was a bunch of these Mexicans. They were just shouting, screaming, you're going to get knocked out. They were just so gassed. I'm thinking, these guys jumping and screaming, they're not going to do nothing, man. You know what I mean? And then, obviously, I didn't really see the push, but I see Josh go up to Jose. And I thought, well, raw, it's going to kick them. Boom. We just started getting sworn, but I was looking at these guys thinking, these guys ain't really on it. They're just jumping out, trying to run towards us. So I went there, front line. I'm like, you lot back up. Like, you lot ain't doing nothing, bro. That's what I said. I said, you lot ain't doing nothing, bro. Ooh, you lot back up. Don't know how this big guy was shouting. There was another few small little guys. And it's so mad. When we got upstairs, I come downstairs with Lee McGregor. So it's just me and Lee. And there was still bare of them. Bro, I was looking at all of them, man. They weren't on nothing, bro. They weren't on nothing. We was even offering to do bets. Lee McGregor was like, listen, we'll do whatever bet. However much you want to put on your man, we can do it. And they weren't interested because they knew the Tartan Tornado was going to come and take all the belts, man. We would have won some money.
Yeah, I like that. But I like the way in South London was ref. I see Dean getting in there, just ambushing up the place. Yeah, but it was bare Mexicans. I thought, this isn't America. We like in Elephant and Castle or something.
We was outnumbered, bro. If fists started flying, yeah, man, it would have been long for us. I'll be real, because there was loads of them. But obviously, Dean White, my boy Gaffy, come and save the day. The way he just picked up Josh was like, come here, bro. Put him in the lift, bro. So it was good, man.
Real Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
So,
yeah, loving that. So, have you sparred Lee Wood before then?
Lee Wood, yeah.
How was it?
Some technique. He's good. He can bang. He can bang. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he's got. Well, I always do that in his hands just to make sure to know there's bones in there, because The way this guy can punch and Ben ain't exaggerating, man. You see it in the Reese Mode fight. You see it in the Kanzu fight, and that was the 12th round. You got him out of there. So
How it goes late.
you're about to see it again in the Michael Conlan fight.
Yeah, well, that's I see that I was on the press tour and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be a big fight, man.
Big fight. I can't wait for that. I know Michael Conlan's good, but like I said, I'm looking at Ben. I'm watching Ben carefully every day. You know, I'm watching this guy, and every day I'm seeing the drills that he's doing with Lee Wood. And the other day I went home and I watched a bit of Michael Conlan. The fight against, what's that fight? He had he didn't perform too well.
What out in Madison Square Garden?
In Madison Square Garden,
yeah.
What's that guy's name before? I can't remember. I watched that, and just the little details that Ben was showing Lee Wood and how to capitalize on them. I was like, rah, I don't think Michael Conlan's got a chance, man. I think we've just got him down to the T, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But let's see, you know, anything can happen in boxing.
Of course. So who was your sort of heroes growing up in the boxing world? What sort of fighters was your guys?
My guys, Sugar Ray, of course. Obviously my brothers, Obed was my other brother Obed, he was a top amateur, so
Outstanding.
I looked up to him. Sugar Ray, I used to watch a lot of Mike McCullum, even Floyd before he even fought Ricky Hatton. I watched a lot of, and I got introduced to Andre Ward through my brother as well. My brother used to watch him a lot. So all the nice kind of fighters, the slick fighters, the Pernell Whitakers and stuff. So they're the guys I was watching daily, man. And even till this day, I'm still watching them guys.
Yeah.
Not trying to take no damage in the ring and stuff like that.
Man, it's not about that, man. Hit and not be hit is the aim of the game.
MRI's got to be clean.
Got to be clean, for real.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick one out of all them names you mentioned, who would you say is the best?
You gotta go. You know what? I always say, even though he'd been beat, but he'd fought everyone, and I would say Sugar Ray Leonard is my all-time favorite, man. Even though he boxed Robert Duran, who I'm not gonna lie, I recently realized how smart he was in the ring and how much of a genius and a good fighter he was. I still rate Sugar Ray over him, to be honest. So, yeah.
Well, he made him quit in the second one.
He made him quit. That's what I'm saying. But the first one, the traps that Robert Duran was setting was brilliant, man. Giving the slow looks, giving the little touches of the jabs, then just exploiting out of it, and it was just great, man. Some of the stuff he was doing.
Yeah, and he's got that crafty bob and it's not bob and weave. It's that I've never seen no one do it.
It's a weird. It's like what he does is, you know, it is a lot of these things in boxing. They're basics and they're stuff that we should be looking at, but no one looks into them things. They're the finer details, you know, and I feel like a lot of fighters these days will get beat by the old fighters like Robert Duran because they're versatile. They always bring something different. You know what I mean? And I think boxing now, people go on YouTube and learn how to fight. And before it was all about, before and even till now, it's all about the draws, but no one does them, man.
Yeah, that's what I saw a clip from Roy Jones Jr. He said nowadays people just want to get in the gym and just start sparring. No one wants to actually learn how to fight. Or no one wants to do the drills because they think it's boring. And like what you were saying earlier, you was like, oh, damn, drills again. But that's how you get out bad habits and do the right stuff.
I'm telling you now, at times it is boring, bro. It is. I done drills all week last week. But come the Friday, the drills actually paid off in the sparring. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff we was working on, I actually done it in sparring, which I'm actually proud of myself. You know what I mean? So I'm happy, and the more I do that, the better I'm gonna be. And these guys, all these guys, they better be watching because now I'm in a different league now. Where I'm based at, where I'm training, this is different. and I got all you guys' numbers. I dare you to call me out.
I asked you about a fight against one of the opponents or the only opponent that beat you. He's going up against Ortiz in America. Obviously, you've been in with McKinson. Obviously, you've probably seen Ortiz and the hype around him. How do you see that fight going?
It's a good fight. It's a very good fight. Obviously, McKinson.
Obviously, people are not giving McKinson a chance in hell.
Yeah. They're not. They ain't giving him a chance. And the only thing about that is, has he got enough power to hold off Virgil Ortiz? Because Virgil Ortiz is not a boxer. He's a fighter, and he's a fighter that can punch. So you need to think about it like this. As much as of an awkward fighter you are, but how long is it gonna take? How long is it gonna take Virgil Ortiz to then come and break him down, slow him down to the body, just break him down in general? He might even start punching to the arms and doing the little Canelo tricks, because he's in Canelo's camp now, isn't it?
Okay, he's with Eddie Reynoso,
I think he's with Eddie Reynoso. I don't think he's with Garcia anymore.
Right.
So how long is it until he starts breaking him down? But let's see. I'm giving McKinson a chance, and I hope he does it, and comes back and he's still undefeated. But let's see. I hope he does it, man.
Obviously, do you think he's got enough pop to keep off Ortiz? Keep him off? No,
he doesn't. I don't think he's got enough pop to keep him off. If he did, he would have even more of a chance of being awkward and being a puncher. Then we can talk. But now, for me, it's a 50-50 battle, man. 50-50.
Going at 50, that's good chances, isn't it? Then
yeah, man. He's still got good chances just because of the things he does. But looking at it now and seeing it from an analytical point of view.
Yes.
Analytical point of view. Some of the stuff he does is even when Ben Davison broke our fight down, I was like, oh my days. Why didn't I capitalize on this? What was I doing? Why did I do that? I done a few things very well, which was good, but there's other things there that was missing. That I could have done, but
you want to run it back?
I would love to run it back. I would love to run it back, 100%. I'll run that back tomorrow, because I know now what I'll do. Not that I didn't know before, but there's a lot more to what he does in his game, which makes it very open. Like which I don't think not a lot of people see that, but I was able to see that after I'd sat down and actually watched it carefully.
So I see on the Sky Sports interview, you're saying you feel that you're the best in the world even now. So how far away, timeline-wise, would you feel you'd be ready for the top guys like worldwide? The Gasses, Crawford, Spencers, or even the new guys coming up as Spence and Crawford are getting a bit on in age now.
Yeah, boy, let's see how this year goes. But I know I'll be ready for the top guys real soon. Like I said, I just need to stay active, man. And if these guys in the UK, if they don't want to fight, I'm gonna go do my own thing, man. I'm gonna take it as business and go do my own thing, because I think I don't know if it's just only me, but if you look at it, who else? No one in the top 10 have fought each other, 1, and 2. No one's really calling each other out, and if they are, it's all a joke thing. They don't really want to fight. You know what I mean? I've probably been the only one that's come. I've been the most inactive and actually wanting to fight these guys. So now I've got a backing now. I've got a backing with Sky Sports and Boxer. These guys don't want to fight, no problem. We'll go our own way. We'll do our own thing. And we'll still go for them world titles, regardless, because that's the aim. But obviously the aim was to become a British champion, which I still aim to do. So maybe if that's in the future, it will come.
Yeah. So, because as you were saying, a lot of people, no one's calling each other out, and you've got to do what's best for you and go your own path. So, I think a lot of people neglect the European circuit. There's a lot of good fighters from Germany, France, and all those type of places, even Spain. So would you could be open to going down the European route, the intercontinental route, or even the IBO and stuff like that. So there's other titles out there and other circuits out there rather than the British, as it seems. Conor Benn's going one direction, Florian's going another direction.
Yeah. I think everyone's just trying to go their own path. But if that's the case, I can go my own path now. Before it was a lot harder. I never had a promoter, just relying on certain opportunities. But now I got probably the biggest opportunity now with Sky backing me and Boxer. I actually can't wait, man. I know this year is going to be a big year for me, and that's why majority of the time I'm going to continue staying in the gym. And all these 5 years that I've been a pro, it's going to pay off this year. You guys are going to see for sure.
So how much weight off your shoulders do you feel now you have got the backing from Sky? Because, early on in your career, you was, unfortunately, you was put as like floater bouts, and certain times you didn't get onto shows, and, you're always sort of in anxiety, thinking, am I going to today or not? But now you've got the backing from Sky. How much better do you feel on,
Did you have anxiety, Chris, or... So am I just trying to put anxiety in him?
No, but you know what I mean? Like, you're not sure, innit? You're not sure.
You're never sure, bro. Especially when you're afloat, man. It's probably the hardest thing, bro. You're battling. You're like, yeah, you could be on this. This might be a stoppage. And you're waiting there. You're thinking, cool, let's get ready. And then it's like, no, you're not on probably after this one. So then you're waiting. And bro, it's just been hard, bro. And like I said, I was so close to giving it up because for 5 years, bro, it's been hard, bro. People are like, how do you just survive? And I always find a way to get by. But, bro, I'm telling you, this 5 years, and like I said, you lot are going to see it now, and it's all going to pay off. Everyone goes through certain things. You see businesses, they don't start blowing till about 3-4 years in. They don't start making profits and stuff. And for me, this is my business. And this year, we're flying high, man.
You landed, yeah?
I've landed.
That's what's up, man. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see as well. I look forward to seeing you out. Obviously, we'll be there as well, supporting.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. So thank you for coming on today, man. And blessing the show. You always show love. Always. Come on, you're our guy from day. Do you know what I mean?
Day,
so
yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're looking forward to your progress, and we'll be following it very closely. And
yeah, man.
Have you back on anytime. You know what I mean?
No doubt. When the wins start coming next time I'm on here, watch. I'm bringing you lot a belt.
Oh, yeah.
I said it.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah.
So all good. Ready to rock and roll now.
Yeah, man. But big up Chris Kongo, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, it's Danny Glover, Lex, with our guest, Too Slick Chris Kongo from the Neutral Corner via Fight Fan TV Live. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, hit that bell button for notifications so you get all that good stuff. And thank you for joining us. And thank you once again, Chris, man. Bless.